All right, what's good, YouTube? Here's how I made around $2,000 in today's trade in front of my Discord. So first things first, we are currently broken structure towards the downside on the higher time frame here, but we don't trade the higher time frame. We trade the 4-hour candle and we trade the lower time frame. So where does that bring us? It brings us into this 4-hour fair value gap that we had marked out. As you can see, right before the market opened, we did tap into the CE of it, which is right here. CE, aka consequent encroachment. I had some relative equal lows, relative equal highs marked out and stuff like that. And we took all of our prominent highs right here, especially our overnight sessions. If I check our kill zones here, we took Asia high during London, and we took London high. We actually kept going up during London, right? And I was like, okay, if we are in such a premium, we eventually have to come into a discount. And what confluences are we currently playing with that will allow us to do that? Well, we have this 4-hour right here, like I was mentioning earlier. We have this liquidity sweep right here, and we have market open. What happened during market open? We just dumped. I actually called to take this trade at the very top of the market, which was this short right here. I personally did not take it just because I'm not comfortable with taking trades right off open. However, this was the trade that I called. Could have taken until midnight open, London low, which we're still moving towards, or this 1-hour fair value gap. Either way, it would be a great risk to reward ratio. I personally didn't take it. I waited for a little bit of a pullback. So let's step away from that trade. But a bunch of my students took it because I called in the chat. And let's talk about this trade right here, which I know what you're thinking. Yo, there's no inverse fair value gap, dude. What is this freaking trade that got taken at freaking 362, which is like in the middle of nowhere? Okay, I'll explain it to you. Watch this. So first things first, let's talk about our model from the top down. What do we have here? We have a liquidity sweep. I know it's called SMT breakout. That's because before the market opened, we had taken this high, but we didn't take it fully yet until the market opened, right? I thought that we were going to be having an SMT divergence on the higher time frame here, but we didn't. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Let's talk about the SMT divergence we had on the lower time frame. So as you can see, we have this high right here and this high right here. Boom. SMT divergence right there. Let me actually mark that out for you guys really quick. So we have boom, boom, just like that. And then boom, boom, just like that. So we have highs that were taken on NQ but not ES, right? That's the second part of our model here. Okay, third part, what do we have right here? We have an order block. Okay, we have this high that got taken and price taps right into it at this point right here. Okay, boom, order block wants to push us lower. All right, so we have the higher time frame narrative of our trade marked out properly. Now we just have to focus on finding displacement to continue moving lower, and we have our inverse fair value gap. All right, you could have taken the trade right here and it would have been A plus. The only thing that's not A plus about it would be the fact that we just opened, okay, which is why I didn't take it. So I let the model continue, and let's see what we did here. Okay, we came down, we took these relative equal lows right here and had a little bit of a bounce back. Okay, we bounced right back into this 1 minute fair value gap that I had previously marked out. If we take our Fibonacci tool, we can see that the 50% of this entire range lines up almost perfectly with the 50% of this 1 minute fair value gap. That's where I set my limit order for us to take this trade. And I have my stop loss set right at the top of the imbalance right here, which is about 16 points. And we move lower off of that. Okay, I took it till this low right here just because I want to catch the bottom of midnight open on ES, which as you can see, we literally bottom ticked it perfectly before we had to move back up. We did actually displace lower off of that, off of this 1 minute bounce price range, as you can see. But you never know that these things are going to be happening in the market. You just need to do the best you can to predict with what you have. And I definitely could have held this lower until London lows, but I will gladly take a 3.9R, 3.6R on the day. And I mean, yeah, it was a pretty easy trade. Nothing to complain about it. I dragged my stop loss to break even once we, close this candle right here. And it was a pretty easy move. I actually called this move literally as it was happening. It's pretty insane. And I mean, yeah, if you weren't looking for shorts today, I don't really know what you were doing. Like we are in such a premium that it just does not make sense to be looking for longs. Like I'm gonna head into my replay here. Let's do start new. Let's head over to market open. And like tell me right now that you're seeing all these draws in liquidity, all these imbalances, and there's absolutely fuck all up here. There's literally a high that's 226 points away from us right now. Are you really telling me that we're gonna get that high before we come down for a retrace? Like you must be crazy if that's what you're thinking. No, we had to eventually come down. I call this move for free in my free pre-market analysis that I did in my Discord, and it was a pretty easy day, pretty like textbook day for me today. Right now actually we should be moving back up, which is what I think we're gonna do. We could just come like crashing down, but I don't know. I had this path tool marked out earlier where I wanted to come all the way down. I marked this out on live before market opened. I wanted us to come down to London lows / Asia lows. This area right here, daily open, these strong draws in liquidity. I want us to bounce back up, which is literally exactly what we're doing right now. Holy shit, look at that. But yeah, that's my consensus on my trade for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and take care. I'll see you tomorrow.